Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everybody's doing well. We got Alban here. We got the whole crew, and everybody showed up at the last second. It worked out really well.
Andrew's got a big beard going on there.
Yeah, he grows one quick too.
Yeah, he does.
He can be on last week's show, be clean face, and all of a sudden come back.
Yep.
I don't know how he does that. I have the same issue. I got the same problem.
No, you don't.
I just got all this white stuff on my face.
Oh, that's fine.
Looking
Todd's
good.
finally getting some white
the
stuff,
white.
and I like it.
Yeah.
Mine's coming in. It's coming. It's coming. I got. Yeah, you can see how bushy this is. hey, Andrew, in all the time you've known me, this has been the whole amount of facial hair I've had.
It's been the same style and the same length.
That's because he can't grow it any more than that.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah, that's it is what it is. So thanks for the how is everybody on the panel today? I'll start with you, Andrew, since you're on the bottom right.
Good. I just finished some ice cream, and I also finished Wonder Woman like 10 minutes ago, so I'm good to go.
He's ready. Look at it, it's fresh in his mind.
Oh yeah,
he is going to be just ready.
I watched the last Full Measure first, and then I thought I'll watch Wonder Woman second. It'll not be that long. And I looked at it, and it was like 2.5 hours. I was like, oh crap, this is pushing it. Maybe I should start watching them a bit earlier.
Yeah,
do like Alban. Like on Thursday, he's watching it.
Yeah,
I might watch one tonight after the show.
There you go.
It'll be a little late.
Yeah.
Blue, how are you doing, my dear?
I'm good. I'm good.
Nice to see you.
Just got off work
Turtleneck. It must be chilly.
Yeah, I am chilly. Actually, the funny thing is I have a turtleneck underneath my turtleneck.
Wait a minute. What was that? What was that sparkling that just happened when you did that? It was like it's sparkling.
This thing?
Oh,
it's too bright. Alban, how you doing, bud?
I'm good, guys. I'm good. Just waiting, for Wednesday's show here, like usual.
Your health wise, are you doing well? I know.
I have an oxygen tank if I need it. So
okay.
Still working out the breathing thing, but I'll be all right.
All right. No heavy laughing, so we're gonna try to keep this.
No. There's always good laughing. Good laughing is always good for all of us.
Yeah. So, all right. So we got Red. Thanks for joining us, bud, on the side chat. Eddie G's over here. Roger. So we got all the regulars are in the house. Thanks for joining us. Octavia. Thank you for joining, my dear. Tim, thanks for joining us. So we got all of our regulars in here. Patty D in the house. Let's see who's down here. Who else is in here? Oh, Blue's in the house. Yeah. And I will say that I got a message from Penn. He said he will not be on for the next couple weeks or the next few weeks. He's got some stuff going on in personal life stuff. So he just says he's really busy, so he won't be on the show. Not that he's ducking us, but he's just busy. So it was nice of him to let me know. And I felt like, because he's become a regular to being on the show, but he said, nothing us. He's got some stuff going on. So completely understand real life trumps all of this. As you guys saw when Blue was in the house, when Blue was here visiting me, I didn't do nothing on here.
Mm-hmm. A big shout out to Claire. I see Claire out there.
Yep.
Claire,
she's in the side chat.
She should come on.
Yeah, what's up?
I think she was talking about it that she missed doing it, but
yeah. If she watches some of these movies, Claire, you gotta watch movies. But she's doing her podcasts and her shows. She's quite the popular one there with the shows I've seen. She's got bunches and interviews and all that stuff. Flick Chicks, thanks for joining us. And I don't know what's up with. I'm looking at the StreamYard and I don't see Claire. So what is it with it? It filters out certain people.
No, that's in StreamYard. I'm seeing.
Yeah, StreamYard, because I was looking. You said Claire, and I'm like, I don't see Claire on there, but I'm not looking at the YouTube chat. So
yeah, she's in YouTube.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me do the pop out chat on YouTube so that I will be able to see that. I don't know why, because the same thing with everybody from MS7. Just about every single person on MS7, I can't. Whenever they talk, I can't see them.
Yeah, so, they get blocked right away unless we unblock them.
Yeah, and it's not even
Sharon
it's
and
weird.
Penn seem to be like, screwed.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
All right.
watching the chat, so
All right, thank you, babe.
I'll authorize them.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so we got that going. And we've got let's go ahead and get cranked up on the shows. We got 2 movies today. We got Wonder Woman 84 and we got Last Full Measure. Age Before Beauty. And let's see, I'm older than you.
You're older.
And I am more handsome than you, so I got both of them.
No,
So,
I got the bushy beard, and I can sing Barry White. You know what I mean?
oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if you want me to make your old lady
Yeah,
Janet
baby.
Quinn, I'll sing to her. Okay. So don't even try to go
Jesus!
there.
Now I'm your old lady. Great.
Yeah.
I'm a biker. Old lady is the way to go.
Yeah, all right.
Wait.
Oh wait, well, hold on a second, Alban. Let me
Jesus.
throw you
I
out
just
here
saw
solo.
vibrator.
Okay.
Since 1963, world's greatest vibrator, made in the USA.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
Harley
All right.
Davidson. All right.
Davidson, baby.
Yeah. Okay. So, and we got the beaches over here. So,
Warming up my fingers so I can complain about today's pick. And I'm
all right.
guessing that's Wonder Woman.
All right. So let's do this. I picked Wonder Woman.
Sorry, I got a quick question for you. Who were the people that picked last week? It was you, Todd, and Aubin? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So you need to update your list.
Yeah, I did already. So
okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go first because I watched
fingers right when everything's backwards. Sorry.
I did watch because I watched them in this order, and I think it's better for your palate to watch it in this order. And the reason why I picked Wonder Woman 84, and I'll just say this as a disclaimer, and I said it last week, I didn't like it when I watched it the first time. But there were people that did like it. Yeah. And I thought this would be a good movie that is new. And let's talk about it. Some people liked it, some people didn't. And let's see what the panel thinks. Then we can bring in people on the side chat, what they think.
Yeah, instead of picking a wonderful Academy Award-winning movie that 99% of people like, this one.
Hey, that's my go-to.
This one.
What you saying? What you saying, lady? All right, so we'll start with Wonder Woman first. And I want to go first so that I can get me out of the way, and then I can just listen to you guys chat. Is that okay with everybody?
Yep.
Okay, so let me go ahead, and since this is brand new in Andrew's mind, I wanted to make sure that we started with this because he forgets stuff real quick. Oh. So we see Wonder Woman 1984, 5.4.
Yeah.
I think that they were about on point for there, to be honest. All right, so let me say this. There are so many little things that bugged me in this. One thing is it seemed like they struggled to be able to get Steve Trevor in the movie. And so they figured out a way of getting Steve Trevor. And the first time when I first watched this, Blue, you were here and we watched it. I actually missed how they got Steve Trevor in the movie. I don't know, we were talking or what happened. And I was like, hey, how did he get in this movie? So after I watched it this time, I was able to figure that out and how she got the wish.
She was a wish,
yeah. I don't know. I felt like there was so many little things in here. This part bugged me because I'm thinking if he's flying that jet through fireworks and they go up inside that engine, it's all done. It's done. I mean, they ain't going no farther. So, all right. So I didn't like that. I felt like the fight scenes in this movie, other than I loved the beginning. Now, the beginning when she was on the island and she was running and she was, how they had the, where they were.
The games?
Like, yeah. Like all the women were in, that little girl was running.
That mascara, that was her.
Yeah. I thought that was brilliant. I thought that was so cool. Little girl is doing so great. And then after that, it just fell off and it just continued to fall for me. One of the things I did like Kristen Wiig in this. I thought that she was, Kristen Wiig. Kristen Wiig. I thought she was pretty in this, whereas I've seen her on Saturday Night Live which I never thought she was attractive on Saturday Night Live. In this, I was like, all right, she looked pretty good. Even when she looked like this, I thought she looked pretty good. So I thought that was weird. I thought that the armor in the movie, when they did the armor, I what was that even in there for? This armor here.
Yeah.
What was it in there for? I guess it was pretty like in a poster. You know, when they were doing the poster, I guess it looked cool. And I mean, Kristen Wiig just tore it up. I mean, other than that, so that was all. She had the armor around her, and she just Kristen just tore it up, and it was done. So I don't know about that. There was a couple things, and I'll say these. I stuck in that kind of made me think. You know, when she was actually flying. Remember when she went up in the sky and she learned to fly, which I've never heard of Wonder Woman flying, but she's flying.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, I always saw her in an airplane.
Back in the old, she was in her invisible jet. Yeah.
Yep. She had to be in her jet.
In the cartoons, she flies. She's like she has a lot of what Superman has, except for like the laser eyes, probably.
I thought
and balls.
Yeah. They should have played the Pink Floyd song "Learning to Fly" when she was flying through the clouds. I'm like, where's "Learning to Fly" right here? Do it. And then when she was lassoing the lightning, which I don't know, it just was like, really. I thought "Ride the Lightning" Metallica should have been playing in the background. To me, the jokes were very calculated and corny. They weren't. To me, the jokes fell flat. And one of the other things in it, you never saw anybody die in this. You just saw people get slammed against the wall and get knocked out. That bothered me. But for the most part, I don't know how people like this. There was so many story plot falls and things that I had no connection with anybody in this movie. They all could have died in a nuclear bomb, and I wouldn't have cared. So maybe it's me. So that's what I got. I'm not sure what you guys think. Whoever wants to be next. Alvin? All right, Alvin.
Lou was raising a hand too. I should let Lou go as much as I want to go. I've been waiting since last week to go. Okay.
You know what? You go ahead, and then I'll go after you.
You sure?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Okay. Man, did I hate this movie? And I don't say that about many movies.
Okay, wait. Can I ask one question?
Yeah.
Did you like the first one?
I liked it better.
Yes.
Better.
Okay. That's a good response, actually.
Better.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. My problems with the movie, which I never realized before about Gal Gadot, but she had like no feeling, for her acting. I just kept getting more and more pissed off as I'm watching this movie, and I'm like, where is her feeling? She can't act. I was just looking at it and I'm like, this isn't a Wonder Woman for me. Thank God that at the end of the movie they put Linda Carter in there. And Linda Carter still looked better than her. I was so disturbed. There were so many things going on. I'm sorry, you don't have a movie about Wonder Woman and have her wearing, pantsuits throughout the movie. Okay? She's Wonder Woman. Okay? The way I grew up looking at Wonder Woman.
Fantasizing, you mean?
Oh yeah. What was this the whole Steve thing? I get you there, Dabs. Why in the hell did they do this to the story? I was just like, what is going on here? I'm like, thank God I didn't have to pay money to watch this movie. It was just, and then the whole Freaky Friday bullshit that they tried to put on you. What was that? Why do a story like that? Why just ruin? They just ruined the whole thing for me. I don't know if I go. I couldn't even watch it a second time. I couldn't. I was so pissed off. The plane thing. Oh, come on. Wonder Woman flew her own plane. So here she is. She gets in the plane with Steve, and Steve is flying this plane around. you're fucking Wonder Woman. You should know how to fly a goddamn plane. How the fuck did you get here? You know what I mean? You fly your invisible plane here to Earth.
No, she didn't.
She came from the island.
Okay, island. Well, she flew from the island.
No, she came over in a boat with Steve. Did you see the original?
I'm trying to remember what Steve had.
They go over in a boat. She's never flown a plane before.
She did in the TV show.
She did in the TV show.
But like Beach said, neither did Steve fly one of those planes. He flew
Yeah, and then the Beach is right. I wondered about that. I'm thinking he knew when to flip the switches.
Like fuel, blah 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 blah. Like whatever.
Yeah.
I was disturbed about, but I always remember her flying a plane. I guess it must have been the cartoons. If it were me from the watching it in the 70s.
Yeah, I think the originals. Yeah, I think she had an invisible plane.
She always had the invisible plane that she flew around. You know,
but no, not in these ones, not in these two.
Yeah, well, even in comic books,
like she couldn't even fly. She couldn't fly a plane.
I know, but and it was disturbing. It was disturbing. I wrote down here horrible. The movie it pissed me off so bad, and that stupid suit thing, gold suit that they had. She looked like Hawkman, running around. I couldn't believe it. And you know what? I'll leave the rest to everyone else to yell about because I was disturbed. All yours, Blue.
Thank you. So the original movie, I went and actually saw it at the show with my mom and my daughter, and I didn't like it. It was, I don't know, it was just sort of blah. No Man's Land scene, I loved that part. Where she's walking across No Man's Land and she's, bullets are bouncing off and she's knocking away stuff and then she starts running. I thought, oh my God, finally, Wonder Woman movie. But the problem with it wasn't her for me in that one. It was all the supporting cast. Like you get a sniper guy who can't snipe. Mm-hmm. You get, you get an Indian guy who's useless. You get another guy who just talks too much. Anyway, so I wasn't crazy about it, but on the second viewing, I actually liked it much more. Like I was kind of like, resign myself to the fact that it is what it is. Now I watched this one thinking, okay, well, you know what? They've got a chance to beat this up and make it better. It's not. It's not in any way better. It's definitely a 5.4. That's like perfect, I think, for it. So I made a tiny little list here. I made a little list here when I was going through it. I found the lasso ridiculous. Like she was lassoing nothing when she first went out of town. Like, okay, the lightning I get because she's her dad Zeus, right? Is he not?
I don't know.
Or whoever the lightning god is. I thought it was Zeus, but maybe it's not.
It is. It is Zeus.
So that's her dad. So you know what? Harnessing lightning, sure, I believe that. But just lassoing up into the sky, lassoing like a plane that's a million miles away was ridiculous.
And why did it jerk her arms off?
Well, exactly. Yeah. And like you said too, the plane part was stupid. First of all, she turns the plane. Oh, I've turned a coffee cup invisible before. I can turn this entire plane invisible. And then it's okay. So the plane just on the outside. So how do you control that? You're just going to make the outside of the plane invisible and not like that was stupid. I mean, I get they were trying to do the invisible plane thing, but it was stupid the way it was done. Max Lord, and I love him normally, was ridiculous. Like the hair, he was like see him in The Mandalorian, and he's so damn hot. And he was just gross.
Yeah,
and he was just his whole thing was ridiculous. There, look at how gross he looks. It was just ridiculous, and the story was ridiculous. Like he turned himself into a wishing thing, but that granting people's wishes made him get wishes, which made him sick. It was just stupid. It was stupid. It was like somebody was high when they came up with that idea and said, "Let's do this." The armor, I'm with you guys on that. I mean, the idea of the armor was awesome, and when she shows, first of all, when they showed that scene with the girl wearing the armor when she's being attacked. Yep. They could have done so much with that scene. They could have made that a friggin' really cool scene. Like remember Thor Ragnarok when they're showing the Valkyrie fighting against Hera? How cool! Like it was only like a 3-minute scene, but how cool that scene was. This scene could have been like that, but it was her surrounded by people just poking at her. which was stupid. And then to use this, she was going to fight Max Lord, who's a human. What does she need the strongest suit of armor in the entire world for? I'm with Todd. It was just a poster gimmick. So it was stupid. And then Cheetah just beats the shit out of it. So
Can I say one other thing?
Sure.
How about them taking fucking cabs everywhere? Everywhere that Wonder Woman had to go, she had to take a cab.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
I completely lost my mind over it.
Yeah. Well, so another thing is like Todd and I, watching it together, we kind of missed some things. So like the whole fact that she wished for Steve to come back, and then all of a sudden Steve's back, which is great. But it's like, then to fix it, all you had to do was renounce your wish. Like, it was another stupid plot hole. Like, if that's the case, she should have gone on fucking TV and said, all you need to do to fix it. You know what I mean? Like, no, she's going to go fight Max Lord. It was like, oh my God, you're killing me. Cheetah, her wish was to become like Diana. So in other words, she became kind of like invincible and stuff, but Diana was still able to electrocute her in water. Like, that was stupid.
Why didn't Diana get electrocuted?
Exactly. Because Cheetah shouldn't have either then, if she'd taken on Diana's like stuff. Cheetah was totally underused. Kristen Wiig, I thought she was pretty good in this. They did the old bumbling idiot at the beginning though, like the predictable drop her briefcase and shit falls everywhere and nobody helps her and can't walk in heels. It was just, it felt stupid. When Diana's doing the truth speech at the very end there to Max Lord, and it turns out she's got the lasso around his ankle, and then he decides to renounce and then just runs away. Like, she didn't even have to let him go or nothing. I was like, I'm kind of like Aubin. I kept getting angrier and angrier as this thing went on. And I don't know, it was just, there was so much potential for it. And I was glad Steve Trevor was back. I mean, it was stupid how he came back, but I like Chris Pine, and I liked his, when he was looking around at this new world and he was wearing a fanny pack and he was, dressed in this 80s gear. I liked him, but he was underused as well. He just looked like a stupid human who couldn't, punched a guy once in a while, and that was about it. In Kristen Wiig, there wasn't enough Cheetah in it. So all of a sudden she was just really mean. And then it was over.
Because she was Cheetah only for that. But the thing about why Cheetah died, and I figured it out, Cheetah died because cats don't like water, and she got in the water.
Oh my God, you're hilarious.
That's why cats don't like water, and she was in the water.
I did not like this movie, and like I said, I didn't like the original, but I liked it better on the second viewing. I like this even less on the second viewing. So that's me.
Andrew. When you're saying original, you mean the other one?
The other Wonder Woman in this series, yes.
With Gal, okay, yeah. Then
Yeah, I that one grew on me a little bit.
Right, Andrew's gonna say, "I loved it."
I loved it.
You know what, he's entitled to his opinion. No?
Yeah.
For God's sake, Todd, you took the joke away. I was actually going to do that, but no, I didn't. I didn't love it at all. I think I'm not like a massive DC fan. I mean, yes, I like Batman and Spider-Man. Superman. The older Supermans, not the new ones that they've made. Every single one has been absolutely terrible. Even some of the Batmans. Although I am looking forward to the Robert Pattinson one after watching the trailer.
And I'm looking forward to James Gunn's Suicide Squad. That looks like it's going to be good.
Yeah, that's going to be good. So yeah, I figured I'd give this a try though, because I hadn't seen the first Wonder Woman, and I asked you last week, did I need to see that? And I think you said no, I wouldn't need to see it. But I feel like I feel like from a lot of the story, like especially the relationship between her and Steve, I needed to watch the first one because I just didn't get what was going on with them two. And I'm like you, Todd. I actually missed the part where he came back and how he came back. I wasn't sure until like near the end of the movie. I was like, "Oh, right, she wished it." I must have just missed that bit. I probably was.
Andrew, can I interrupt you for just 1 second too? One neat thing about it is before Wonder Woman even came out, they had the Batman versus Superman. That's where you get introduced to her. Mm-hmm. And the neat thing about that, one of the only best parts about that is, remember she tries to steal that drive and it's encrypted and she can't break it, and then Batman breaks the encryption on it and he sends her over, and it's a picture of Steve that she had lost. So you know from that she's got this, love for this man, which was kind of cute. And then you see Wonder Woman, and you get to see why she fell in love with Steve. So yeah,
But he's mortal.
I feel like obviously I didn't like watch the first Wonder Woman, and I haven't really I don't even think I got through Batman versus Superman. I honestly don't think I even got through
she
that.
was my favorite part of that, actually. The fight in the end.
The problem I've had, especially with DC movies, is I go into it with the same mindset as when I'm watching the Marvel movies, which I absolutely love. And and now I realize after watching Wonder Woman tonight, I realize why I love the Marvel movies so much. It's because those characters, like every single individual movie, tied in. I know they were meant to tie in, but they tied into like obviously the final two movies of the Avengers. But every single movie, even if I hadn't been introduced to the character much, even like Captain America, for example, I hadn't really as a kid. I wasn't like that. That wasn't my thing. Captain America, like Spider-Man and Batman, and the traditional bigger ones. But Captain America was not like one that I'd watched a lot. But watching the Captain America, the first Avenger movie, it just made us fall in love with the character straight away. I was like, I really like this guy. And then every movie after that, what I went into, like Ant-Man and other superheroes like that who I hadn't had much to do with in the past, I liked because they told the story really well and they invested you in the character. With this one, with Wonder Woman, I didn't like Auburn said, I thought the acting was rubbish. She wasn't really believable as like someone like a heroine that you would get behind, and the story was poor. Kristen Wiig was good, and like you said, Shan, they did the whole bumbling idiot stupid thing at the start, and I thought, oh my god, she's going to be the same character as what she was in Ghostbusters. That's kind of where she came across. But then as she grew, like when she got the powers and she started getting badder, she's like, there's a bit of substance to the character. Steve, like you said, was just like a little bumbling sidekick.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal, I actually liked him. I think he did. I think what he was intending to do was play like the goofy, over the top villain.
He definitely was,
and that's what he did. And I just thought it was cool seeing the Mandalorian in this movie because I didn't know he was in it. I was just praying. I actually was praying for the whole movie for him to just say the line, "This is the way." But they never got that.
I fell in love with him in Game of Thrones. Pedro Pascal. That's where I fell in love with him.
And for people that don't know him, so he's the Mandalorian, folks. For you guys that
he was Prince Oberyn in Game of Thrones,
and he was the one that fought the mountain or whatever,
and died badly,
and died because he got his eyes jabbed out.
Oh my god! Didn't even realize.
It's him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's where I started following him.
I really rate him as an actor, and I think probably
it's great.
He just didn't have like the support around him to even try and make this look anywhere near as good as what it could have been. But yeah, 5.4 is probably right. The action scenes quite good. Like I actually did like how she made the plane invisible. They kind of, I mean, that's perfect shot. That beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely
I'm trying to find some of the good ones.
That's a screensaver that if I've ever seen one in my life. I did laugh at one bit when she's chasing them down that long road, and then the little kids are playing football in the street or in the road, and she lassos over and grabs them, and then she loses grip of it and she falls down and she's rolling with them. I looked at it and I was like, how in this modern day can the CGI or anything like this be as bad as what that looked? And the little boy who she was holding, it just looked like a dummy. Mm-hmm. I was just like, that's a dummy. Yeah, because it was. But like with the technology they've got now for movies and the amount of money they spend,
and they're in the frickin' desert, and there's kids playing on the road. Really, they don't have a backyard.
And they didn't hear those trucks all coming. It was a convoy.
They've only got the whole desert. They've only got the whole desert in the backyard to play in. But no, that's in the road.
I guess they were doing the old, she's invincible, but look, she's still willing to save children in the road. It was just stupid.
Yeah, and even the lasso thing, I agree with you, was stupid. The way she just lassoed onto nothing to come out of there, and I was like, "What's like? Who she thinks she is, Spider-Man?"
Well, and that's the thing is, even Spider-Man latched on to shit.
Hey, you like buildings and lampposts and stuff. She was just like, "Oh, look, I've hit a seagull. I'll just swing that."
Yeah, yeah.
Or grab a cloud.
I'm telling you, DC's missing, and okay, they're missing the fun. They're missing the fun. Marvel has the fun. It has the jokes. It has, then it has the serious stuff. DC is taking itself too serious. And you know what? The Batmans, though, like the Heath Ledger Batmans, those ones, that was fine because they felt like their own world and they were dark. That was good. But DC can't always be dark. They can't always be shooting for Academy Award stuff. People want to see like the cartoons. They want the cheesy jokes. They want the, I mean, all you got to do is look at the most popular DC movie of all time, in my opinion, was the original Superman movie with Christopher Reeves. And Clark Kent was a funny, bumbling, goofy, you know what I mean? And that's what made it so endearing, is that you loved him. Like the other guys, they could die and I don't care. And that's not good. Yeah. But I hope DC, I'm pretty sure with James Gunn, because having made, he always makes great stuff. And Guardians of the Galaxy was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life, and the movie Slither, he's really smart, but he's able to put that fun in it. So I think Justice League may finally redeem them. I'm hoping.
I just think DC just need to work a little bit more on storytelling.
Yeah. Although I liked Aquaman. I don't know if anybody likes that one. I liked Aquaman, but then again, I do him, so
it was better. It was better.
Yeah. So, well done, Todd.
Guardians of the Galaxy. AA says Guardians of the Galaxy best Marvel movie. For me, yeah. I don't know about best, but it's tied with Thor Ragnarok.
I was just about to say Thor Ragnarok's my favorite.
And the original Iron Man. And the original Iron Man that started it all.
Thor Ragnarok, to me, again, you have to have, but this movie tried to play some humor in this movie. There was some places where they put a little humor in there, but the jokes were so flat. Yeah. And I was like, this was supposed to be funny, right? And I'm thinking, this is where it was supposed to be funny, but it's not, because it was too easy of a joke, and it was just so. Do you remember, what was it in Avengers when they brought on Thor on the Guardian Galaxy's ship?
Yeah.
And they have him on there, and they're like, "Oh, look at that guy! Look at that dude!" And he's like,
and they're like feeling. He's like feeling these muscles, and stop feeling these muscles.
Yeah, you're a dude. This is a man.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you mean?
Well, you know what? The original Iron Man set the tone for everything, because Tony Stark was cool, but it was also, he was funny, because he was so quirky and stuff. So that set the tone for everything. And the funny thing is Jon Favreau made Iron Man, and Taika Waititi made Thor Ragnarok. And meanwhile, the two of them are the guys that are, with Dave Filoni, are responsible for The Mandalorian, and you get the feel out of it, Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think another key factor for Marvel as well is the casting. The casting of all the characters is spot on, and I think with Wonder Woman, the casting of Wonder Woman, what's called Gal
Gadot.
Gal Gadot. I think I don't think she's a bad actress, but I think I do think the reason, maybe in this, I think the reason she's been hired as Wonder Woman is because she's got the look. She's got the look of a traditional type looking Wonder Woman. I mean, and she looks so good in the costume.
But the thing about with her, I noticed it when she was in those pantsuits. Her legs look like they're 10 miles long, and I'm thinking, my Wonder Woman is a little bit more junk in the trunk. She has got more going on, and I thought
that was a huge issue when she got cast, because they wanted a more beefy, stronger.
To me, when I saw her, I'm like, I don't know. She just looked so. She wasn't sexy to me.
I was sold when I watched the first one. I was sold with her as Wonder Woman because she looked strong. She looked like I said, that No Man's Land scene Very,
Yes,
very cool.
that was the best scene of
And
either
I
two
also
movies.
like
Both
that
movies
she
got
has
the
an
best scene.
accent, because I mean she's from a remote island with Amazon women like Themyscira. So it's like, oh, and one other quick thing, I agree with Todd 100%. I loved the very beginning scene with little Diana there. I thought I wanted more of that.
I wanted more of it also. I thought it was wrong for them to cut away and go from little Diana to, you know, big Diana, and we don't know anything of how she accomplished everything. I know the story on how she did, but you should have showed that. You should have showed her how much better she was than everyone else. We never got to see that.
Diana. I never saw that though.
The thing is, you see that in the first one though, Charles. When they start training her, you get to see how good she is.
You said
Charles, Alvin. That's Alvin.
Sorry.
I know.
Sorry, my brain went mental there. I'm trying to read the chat and talk at the same time because I can't multitask. Sorry, Alvin.
You know why?
Oh, no, you have to be sorry to me. We all look alike.
No, you don't. Charles has got hair.
On that. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I just had one question. This is for everybody, like in the panel and in the chat, and it doesn't have to be answered now, or by the end of the show or whatever. But if anyone can figure out where that the music that they're playing, do you know when she learns like to fly and she's like hearing Steve's voice telling her about how easy it is to fly? It's just like air and stuff, and then there's playing that music in the background. It's a theme. I've heard it in another movie. And I'm trying to think what it's from, because it's like from an inspirational speech in another movie or something. And I've heard it from somewhere, and I was thinking, I've heard this music somewhere, but I just couldn't think where. So if anybody can think where it's from, I'd really appreciate it if you told us. Because
I know where it's from.
Yeah.
It's from Scarface.
No.
Andrew's never seen
I've never seen that.
Robin, you're an ass.
Well, I'm telling you,
it's like
that's
an
when they should have played
type music.
They should have played Pink Floyd, "Learning to Fly." Yeah. That's when they should have played. You know, "Learning to Fly." If anybody's a Pink Floyd fan. All right, so we're going to move on to the second movie because we got to finish this. Yeah. So we'll invite people. You guys can jump on the chat. Let us finish the second movie, and then we will go in that, which is Albin's pick, which was Last Full Measure. So let me go ahead and pull that up. And I will let Albin, since this is his movie, he can be first or last. He's able to choose that.
I'll go first and let's get it over with. Yep. Okay. I'll be quick because, I have a feeling people are going to have things to say about it. Last Full Measure. When I first saw this movie, I think I watched this movie right after we watched that other one here on the show about the guy that saved it. No, the one where the guy saved everyone.
Heartbreak Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge. Yeah. And I saw this movie and I'm like, oh, this is great. I said, Dabs will love this. And I told them, I told you got to watch this movie. And then so last week when I was called upon, I said I couldn't. It was like I didn't have anything, so I figured, okay, let's get everyone to watch it. I like this movie. It shows about, getting that Medal of Honor. That is like such a great honor, and to think about what all those guys did to get this guy to get that honor back, and it was such a great story. I like stories like that are true, and that you get to see what all these vets have been through, because a lot of times you don't hear that, side of the story. I like I had said once before about that a lot of guys that I hang out with, some of them were in the Big Red One, and they tell me stuff that I can't even imagine going through what they've been through. Because those guys are nuts. When you see them and you hear about the stuff that they did, and and you see how they act, you know, aside from everything else, you say, where did this guy come from? You know what I mean? Because these guys are like in a different stratosphere in their brain. But when you realize what they've been through in their lives and the things that they've seen in war, it you get a chance to understand. Um, what was I going to say here? Yeah, this is the power of what one person can do. Is what they said about you know what Pitzenberger uh, did and how many people he affected, and you know, and even at the end of the movie when they were, you know, telling everyone, you know, stand up if you're this, that, or the other thing, and how everyone in the room pretty much was standing, and it just brings a tear to your eye. Uh, that's it. That's all I can say. You know, because you know when you think about 30 years of trying to get something to finally get it, you know, a lot of people just don't understand it. Yeah. Okay. Next person.
Who wants to be next? Andrew.
And,
Andrew, I don't hear.
Andrew?
We don't. You're muted. You're muted.
You're muted. Mute.
I've totally forgot I muted myself. While it's still probably the review will probably sound better if I am muted, to be honest. No, I'm just kidding. I was thought I'd go second since it's still fresh in my mind. This movie was a little bit slow paced at the start, I thought, but I did like how it's a war movie that's told from the other side of the war, where it's just flashes of war scenes, and then the rest of it's just like the political, like what happens after the war's finished, or what happens to these people when they get back. I thought Sebastian Stan was really good. I really liked him in this. Like his character grew from like this person that just wanted to get on in his career and didn't want to do. It's funny because like the guy, whoever he is, he works with, his colleague was like, "Oh, right, just do this one. Go and do some interviews, get some war stories, and then tell them that obviously it's going to take a while, and then you'll get off it, and then you can get on with this other story that you've been working on, or this other deal that you've been working on for a year." And it's funny because when he first goes out there to meet the was it Pitzenberger?
No, first he met Telly, I think.
Sorry?
Which one?
Did he meet Telly first?
Yes, yes. When he first goes out to meet him, but he does meet the guy's father as well at the same time.
Father, yeah.
When he goes out to meet them and he's starting to get the stories, they're kind of like they've seen it all before. They're like, "Oh, you're the new one," because they know like it's just another lawyer that just wants to quickly get through this and go on to something what they say is more important. So they cotton on to him straight away, and then I think the scene that really was really like one of those ones that kind of touches you is, well, there's two scenes actually. Orban mentioned the one at the end where everybody stands up. It does quite bring a little bit tear to your eye to see how much like one person can affect the lives of so many people, especially people they've never met or had anything to do with. Which is it's like an after effect of war, and like it just like any like probably it'll be an after effect of anyone that's ever been involved in any sort of war. Period. Really, like they're going to affect someone's life or some family's life or somebody's life that they've never met before, just for something that they've done. So that scene was quite touching. But the other one I liked was when Pitzenberger's dad. That the dad and the mother are at Sebastian Stan's house for I want to say tea, but it may not be tea in where you call it, maybe dinner or lunch or whatever it is.
It was Thanksgiving or Christmas. You're talking about when
Yeah,
they came for dinner?
Was it? Yeah, when they came for dinner. Was it Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I think because they had a turkey. That's
yeah, but that's what I thought. I thought it might be something like a seasonal thing because they had turkey. It was when they go to cook the turkey and stuff. They tell the little boy to go show the old couple up to his room, and then when they come back down, the father sees how much work Sebastian Stan's character is actually putting into getting all the stories from all these veterans, and then trying to find out why this guy hasn't been given the Medal of Honor. Which, by the way, I found it like amazing how hard and how political it is for someone to be given like the Medal of Honor, like for doing something as like heroic as what this guy did. He just like he didn't know none of these people. He wasn't involved in any of that that squad or like even the part of the army or whatever, or the whatever you want to call it. He was there for support, yes, like, and like his other, like everybody else who was in the chopper with him, he was just part of that their air squad. But he's like, no, these guys don't have a medic, and I'm like, he's basically like, I'm qualified. I can be a medic, so I'm going to go down there and I'm going to help as many people as I can. And I thought it was amazing. The first thing he did when he got on the ground was he took his helmet off. I was like, God, that's a recipe for disaster. You should never ever take your helmet off.
Not in a war.
It's ironic because the injury he sustained was a head wound. But I like the way it was. I like the way the story was told. I like the way they tried to grab the emotions a bit. I did think it was a little bit slow going at the start, but once you started to get into it and you saw the way you got all this, you heard all the stories, and it kind of just makes you think about real like. And this is based on a true story, yes.
Yeah.
It kind of makes you it makes you think about that and makes you think like how sad it is that they had to go through 30 years of political bullshit just to get this guy,
because you're not an officer, no less. You know, he's an enlisted guy.
And even at the end when it said only 4 airmen had ever been given the Medal of Honor, and he was one of them, it's just amazing that there's only 4 people from that like department of the had getting it. It's just crazy. I just couldn't like wrap my head around the fact that they had to go through all this red tape just to get this guy what he deserved to have.
Which doesn't cost anything. I mean, to give a Congressional Medal of Honor, it's not like, oh, we're gonna have to pay out extra money. No, you don't. I mean,
I mean, I don't want to take too many points away from Sean or anything like that, so I don't want to carry on. But I just wanted to say, like, I do like the way they tied everybody's role into it, and I like the thing with Sebastian Stan's that character at the end where he's like, "You said you're not getting anything out of this," but in the end, he actually did. He got a lot out of it.
Made him a better person. Made him a better father.
So I think overall, I quite liked it. I quite enjoyed the different take on a war movie.
Got it. All right, babe, do you want to be next, or do you want me to?
I'll go. I'm sorry, I had to take a phone call, so I missed Andrew's stuff. So if he covered this, I'm repeating myself. The part where he meets the one guy that is in Vietnam and has the butterfly retreat there. When he says this is where an angel came down. When you look up through the canopy there, like the mesh overhang, and he pictures him coming down, and he starts bawling. Sebastian Stan starts bawling, and the guy just says, like, let it out. That part to me, that killed me. Up to that point, Sebastian Stan was so cold early on that I was it took me a bit to get into this. I couldn't believe the all-star cast. Like, holy crap. Like, so many, Ed Harris and his wife, Amy Madigan, and friggin' Christopher Plummer, and is it William Hurt? And it was like, oh my God, like all-star cast, Sebastian Stan. Even the chick that was in the, his wife was from the Harry Potter spinoffs there, Fantastic Beasts. She was in those. Like, you recognized everybody. Linus Roach, who love him. So all-star cast, but it did take me a bit to get into it. But once it started rolling and I started getting more and more invested in it, I found it beautiful. I liked the shots that they had when they were showing the explosions from above, the way when they would hit the dirt, and the way that it made like a big star, like just the way it was shot, I thought was really, really pretty. That guy, Pitts there, unbelievable, like unbelievable. just the whole, going down and then waving the helicopter off later on when they try to pick him back up again, because he wasn't leaving these guys here. Like, he was patching them up and going from guy to guy, and he almost looked like he wasn't scared. You know what I mean? He didn't get scared till a little later on, but even then, he buried that guy under a couple of dead bodies to save him and grabbed a gun and went down the road. It was like, oh my God. The politics, I wanted to choke people, and I love what's his name, the guy that played his friend, not so much of a friend there, Bradley Whitford.
Yeah, Bradley Whitford.
Yeah.
What a douche, but he does douche really well.
He does douche very well.
Just the political side of it was so stupid, and I was so proud of that senator that stood up and said, you know what, I basically I fucked up, but I'm gonna make this right. So it was like, the letter to Jenny, when Ed Harris finally gave her the letter, like, it was like, oh, at this point I'm like, oh my God. Christopher Plummer was brilliant. When he was in his son's room and he was talking about how he would kick his cleats before he would step up to the plate, and just how vivid his memory was of his son. And Christopher Plummer was just so good. He's such a good actor. He just has this air about him. And I was like, oh, my heart again. And the guy standing in the end. Yeah, like they get the guy from that he saved, and then, their wives. And it was that part to me too, when he was like, basically he goes through all the other servicemen, and then he said, friends and family affected by this. And when Samuel L. Jackson's wife stands up, because he was so, still didn't feel worthy of everything, and that thought it was all his fault. When she stood beside him and gave him that look, and he felt like he finally let go. You felt like he finally, because you saw the part where he opened the drawer and the gun was there, and you're thinking he's going to kill himself at some point. It was really, really good. Everybody was fantastic in it. True stories always make me emotional, and I was just happy that it had a happy ending. I mean, although the dude was dead, just the fact that he was finally, given this honor, and that his dad was still alive to see it. That was like, yeah, I loved it. I love this movie. That's it for me.
Okay. Everybody else's went. I'll go ahead and go. As I said at the beginning of the show, I watched this in this. How we reviewed this is how I watched it, because I needed to cleanse my palate after watching Wonder Woman. And Last Full Measure was actually suggested by one of the guys I work with months ago. He suggested it, and I never paid much attention. Albin suggested it. So it'd been suggested a couple times, and I never sat down and watched it, because how many times were we told to watch a movie and we never watch it? The highlights that I have on it, as it was said by everybody else on the panel, star-studded cast. Star-studded cast. You can't beat it. Some of the high points that I wrote down this was selflessness, seeing something bigger than yourself and willing to step into it. And Christopher Plummer said that. He said his son saw something bigger in joining the war than himself. And that selflessness to say, you know what, I don't care. I want to make a difference.
Honey, can I interrupt? Because you just made me think of something too. That part with Christopher Plummer, when he talks about his son, and you saw how selfless his son was, because he said he never asked for my permission.
Yeah.
He knew if something happened over there that I would blame myself.
Yes, because he said, yeah, I don't want permission. He didn't ask me for permission, which was so brilliant, because, yes, if your kid had asked you and said, can I go join the war? And you said yes, and he died there, then you would feel that guilt. But his son never asked it. And I thought selflessness, because he didn't want to leave nothing behind. And perfectness. I wrote on here, filming and music fit together perfectly to touch you. I thought the way that they filmed it, as well as the music. Sometimes music can jack up a movie, because the music doesn't.
Uncut gems.
Yeah, uncut gems. Oh, Jesus. So things cannot fit. Things, the music throws you off and pulls you out of it. The music and the score just continued the feel. I thought that was done very well. I also wrote on here, I felt a connection to almost every single character. We talked about Wonder Woman. I said I didn't care if every single character died in nuclear war. You know, when they were talking about the nukes are coming.
I didn't cry when Steve Trevor disappeared when she
Oh yeah, and
I didn't cry.
she didn't either, but because when she ran away, she was fine. But I was like, I cared nothing about Wonder Woman, but in this one, I almost every single character you pulled, you were part of them, and I thought that takes filming and directing and editing, it acting. I mean, it's script. It takes everything to come together, and I thought they did a great job on that. So I wrote down also powerful. This movie gave me chills numerous times. Chills. One of the key things that I wrote down here, we are judged by what we do, but haunted by the things we don't do. That quote, which was from the senator, which I can't remember his name. He always plays a senator. He was the guy at the table. And
yeah, I don't know his name. I've seen him in a million things, but
yeah, he's been in a ton. He's always a colonel or some shit.
Yeah, he's usually military.
Yeah, we are judged on the things we do, but haunted by the things we don't do. If that's not a quote that you can live by, I mean, a quote that you can take away on this movie to really think about, because even in your own personal life, things that bother you long term are the people you didn't talk to before they passed away, the things you didn't say that you should have said that you thought maybe that would have made a difference. Yeah. Those are the things that you are haunted by the rest of your life. To me, that message, it rang in my ear, and maybe that's just my own thing going on, but that was a powerful message. When they all stood up and when they talked about and I'm showing this image here where he says, who was in the red one, big red one, who was in the support staff, the Air Force, because the Army was there. The Air Force came in with the choppers, and that's where the guy got dropped off. And he says, and he goes through and the families, this and that. What made me think of is, you ever thrown a rock into a pond and you see the ripples?
Yeah.
That's the type of things that these people are doing. And maybe you don't like war and this and that, and you can say, I'm an objector, I don't like, fine. But what the things these are people doing, that you see that one person's action make ripples upon other people's lives. And if that one thing didn't happen, good, bad, or whatever, it makes differences. So we got to be good people. We got to make good positive influences. I thought more about myself and the influences and that ripple that I want to be on people. And this is not about this movie, but something that I took away. Honey, I want to be a positive.
You've been rocking my boat for years.
Yeah, but there is so many things in this that Alban, thank you for suggesting this movie.
Butterflies.
I did cry. I was crying in this movie. The butterfly scene where you talk about where the canopy, he says, this is where it happened.
This is where an angel came down.
How can two things on the opposite spectrum of horrible and then the butterflies happen in the exact same spot?
Yeah.
That's, again, it just, if you think about that, it just kind of blew my mind a little bit. So I enjoyed the movie thoroughly. I'm not sure. I didn't see anybody else.
Can I just say, sorry, Todd, one more thing, just about that scene right there where they're all standing up. I think that the part that I loved about it the most, the whole, obviously, how many lives are affected, but I liked the fact that when those guys finally stood up, like the four of them there, how uncomfortable they were. And then how much more comfortable they got as more people stood with them. Like that part, that was powerful, you know? It was like, you're not alone. You're not the only one fighting for this. You're not the only ones affected. It was like it put them in a more comfortable spot as well, you know?
Yeah.
That kid was cool. That kid was really cool. I knew I recognized him from somewhere, and it was Warhorse.
And the last movie we watched that was a World War II-ish movie was Spike Lee. And this blew up Spike Lee's movie. I thank you for, again, cleansing my palate of a Vietnam movie, because Spike Lee tore it up the last time we talked about it. So, all right. So I sent the link, you guys. If you guys would like to join the chat, as you see, Roger has jumped in here. You're more than welcome. And if you've never been on here, you don't have to turn your icon on. You don't have to turn your camera on. You can see Roger doesn't turn his camera on.
Mm-hmm.
You can come on and talk about, did you like it, not like it, about either of the two movies. So we put this out here. We've been at 1 hour, so we got plenty of time for you guys to give us your thoughts on one or both of the movies. It doesn't matter. So, Roger, what's up, bud?
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hey,
Good. Good. What you thinking? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I watched both the movies. Wonder Woman was not horrible. I shouldn't say that. It was not very good. And really, I think it was not very good just because the script. Again, I know I bitch about this all the time, but it's the lazy script writers in Hollywood that ruin a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Because all the acting in the movie, with the exception of Gal Gadot, who isn't the best actress, but everybody else was spot on. Kristen Wiig did a great job. Chris Pine did a great job. Pedro did a great job. Although I really don't think that his part in the movie was necessary at all. I think that they had too many bad guys in the movie. They should have just stuck with Cheetah being the big bad.
Yeah.
And it would have been a better movie. Also, they should have had Wonder Woman get that suit from Linda Carter. They should have set it up so Linda Carter had taken that suit to America, and Wonder Woman had to contact her to get that suit to fight Cheetah. Another thing that pissed me off is they finally give her the invisible jet, only to take away the need for it in the next scene by making her able to fly. Which I know she flies in the modern comic books, but I grew up with the Justice League cartoon in the 70s, and
thank you, Roger.
She flies a plane. Yeah, she has an invisible plane, and Cheetah was in that same cartoon. Cheetah was one of the biggest bad guys on that, every Saturday. So I was hoping she would have a little bigger part in that movie. The lasso, I agree with. I think Blue brought it up, was stupid. They kind of turned her into a cross between, I don't know, Spider-Man, Superman, and she's always been Wonder Woman. She's got powers that only she has. Just make those powers cool, I do think that Gal Gadot does the action really well. I mean, she looks convincing when she's kicking somebody's ass. So there's going to be more Wonder Woman movies. So, and she's going to be Wonder Woman. So, like it or not, get used to it if you're going to watch.
Hope she gains some weight.
Don't say that. Yeah, I know, right?
More junk in the trunk.
No, don't hope. Say, I wish.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing. Having a magic rock really is a weak writing point. And I know they have the Infinity Stones in the Marvel universe, but that's, in my opinion, different, than a wishing stone. A little more thought put into it. So that's about all I got to say about that one, I guess. I didn't hate it, but I didn't enjoy it. It's a good thing that Gal Gadot is so sexy to me that made it a plus. And Abba's movie, I really liked that movie a lot. I agree with, I think Andrew said it was slow in the beginning, and it was slow in the beginning, but all the action scenes were done so well. The story was great, and the cast was spectacular. I didn't look. I usually look. I have no idea what the budget was for that movie, but there were some big name stars in that. They had to drop some serious bank, and all the period production that they did. It had to be a $75-80 million movie. I would imagine. But it was good. That's about all I got for both of those movies this week. So glad you're back, Blue. And congratulations. Oh, she's not even there. So.
But she done went. Sorry, she went to go get some, or she must be for dinner. Okay, Eddie. Yeah, you go to Eddie. You can tell her when she gets back. Eddie, welcome.
Okay, let's put it this way. My movie Bullet last week was an Oscar winner compared to Wonder Woman, right? Okay. Let me put it this way. The beginning, I loved it. You know, the special effects and everything, the girl running, and all the, you know, the action, that was beautiful. Then when it started going to the rest, I said, what the fuck? Man, I said, I got to see it to the end. So I went to see it to the end. And I said, oh, man, it was so long. I was falling asleep. And I said, okay, there's so many things in here. I was too mind-boggling to find out, you know, like, I'm not calling them mistakes, but the errors that were made. I said, you know, forget about this. I said, man, Bullet was... okay.
And an awesome car chase in Bullet.
Yeah. I didn't like that movie. Didn't like it at all. Alvin, your movie, I loved it. Any movie that pertains to war movies that, you know, that are true stories, I love.
Mhm.
This one I found excellent. I compare it to another movie. I don't know. It's an older movie. It's called, with Audie Murphy. It's called To Hell and Back. He won the Medal of Honor too. So when I was watching this movie, I say, you know, so many things, you know, the bureaucracy that goes down to get somebody recognized for doing something for his country, and he dies doing it. It takes so long. And how many other stories haven't been brought forward? You know, other stories that, you know, the people say, well, this person died, he helped save so many people, but nobody hears about him. Okay. But when somebody does, it takes them so long to get through.
Nope.
Christopher Plummer, I loved him in this movie. Yeah. He was like the ideal dad. That really wanted something to, you know, to somebody to recognize his son. His son had done something, and he just wanted to see it before he passed away. That I liked. It was a great movie. Great movie. And I liked it at the end when they started to say, if you know, asking the people to stand up, and how all the people were intermingled with each other, even though they were recognized for different aspects of the action. But that was a great movie.
Mm-hmm. All right, hey, the Beach pulled this up. I actually was pulling it up too. That budget was $20 million and it made $4 million. So that was the gross. Wow. Actually, on Wikipedia says it grossed $3 million against a $20 million budget.
For Wonder Woman?
No. Full measure.
Okay.
That surprises me. That really does surprise me.
Yeah, but that's not an expensive movie. They didn't spend a lot of money on the movie.
There's a lot of stars.
There was a lot of there were a lot of stars.
But they probably read the script.
Yeah,
and wanted to be part of it because of the script and the story it told.
Might be.
Because some of them said, you know what, I want to be part of this. This is a great movie. Because honestly, it's an unfound gem. This movie, if it's only made $3 million, and we know how many millions some of the chunky movies make, $3 million is nothing. Because this movie was really it's story. I mean, there's so many aspects of it were good, and it's like only made $3 million, so it lost $17 million. I mean, that's a big loss. Maybe the film company said they needed a loss for the year. I don't know.
Oh, I got a question for you guys because I wasn't here last week. Who was here last week?
I was.
Eddie
was.
Penn.
Eddie. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. Roger, Eddie,
Charles.
Sharon.
Oh yeah, Charles too.
Charles was
And was Penn here?
Penn was here. Sharon was here.
Yep.
Just marking you guys off on the move up the ladder list.
Okay.
Am I up for picks this week, Blue?
You just hit 4 right now. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's me and you.
So
right,
Eddie,
cool.
did you? I'm sorry, Eddie, I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you have anything else that you wanted to add or thoughts?
No, I'm finished.
Okay. I've been trying to make sure. So we got that. We're only an hour and 10 minutes. So again, I posted the link in here. I will post it one more time. So in case somebody's getting brave, Octavia, you know, you're around all the time, Octavia. You don't have to turn your camera on. You've been on other people's show.
You too, Red.
Or Red or Patty.
Yeah.
If you guys want to come in and give your thoughts on this, it's more than welcome to join. And we will go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and hit up people on we're going to go through the line to see what you guys thought, play or pass. And I'm going to ask on the side chat. I also posted in the show notes. It has the Telegram chat. So if you're not part of the Telegram group and you want to join the Telegram group, the link is in the show notes. Click it and you'll go right into Telegram. It's going to ask you to sign up. You can join it and then you can vote there. Alban, do you have that vote?
I already created it. Yeah, it's
all right. So Alban's already got the player pass for each of the two movies. And so you can have it there as well as here. So you guys on the side, look at Octavia says, "Oh no." Hey, it's only scary the first time.
I'm telling you, you gotta come on.
I told Blue the same thing. It's only scary the first time, and then it gets easier. All right, so Pat, maybe we'll get Patty D. Actually came on the show one time. You guys remember one of the early shows Patty D. came on? So
yeah.
Post is out there. So we'll go through the panel. You guys post on the side chat, player pass, and just kind of write which movie so that we can. I'll post it over here where you can see it. And player pass. Well, I'm gonna start with. We'll do both movies. Blue, you're at the bottom for me. So player pass. You for both movies. Go ahead and hit us up.
Wonder Woman, unfortunately, is a pass, and Last Full Measure is definitely a play.
Good. Mr. Roger.
Last Full Measure is, excuse me, Last Full Measure is a definite play. Wonder Woman 84 is, if you're a comic book fan and you haven't seen it, watch it, but don't ever watch it twice.
Eddie, what'd you think, bud?
Full Measure, I give it a super play. Wonder Woman, what's the lowest value I can put on that?
Well, IMDb gave it a 5.4, but you're saying even lower than 5.4.
Okay, 5.4 pass.
Yeah, okay. Andrew, what do you think, bud?
Yeah, same as everybody else. Play on Last Full Measure and a pass on Wonder Woman.
Gotcha. Alban, sir.
I just was thinking, wouldn't it, if you could just imagine rewatching the movie Wonder Woman and imagine Linda Carter there. It changes it now for me, and then everything seems to work. But I'm a pass on Wonder Woman and a play.
Yeah, but Wonder Woman has more meat on the bone.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, she does. She's got more junk in the trunk. I told you.
Oh yeah. Just remember her suit. Her suit just showed all that junk.
That was to me. When I saw her in the pantsuit, that's when Gal. She lost me because I'm thinking she's pretty face, beautiful face, beautiful. But then when I saw her legs, they were like this long. Oh yeah, she don't have a forehead. She has a 6 head because it goes like this. But and then her legs. But yeah, she need to gain some weight. She need to shrink. Number one, she got to be shorter because she's too tall. And
that's for you.
Yeah. All right. So before we let the beach talk, I'm gonna go ahead. Yes, I'll agree with everybody. Last Full Measure, a play, and Wonder Woman, a pass. And I can't believe because people on our Telegram groups actually posted that they liked Wonder Woman. And I can't remember some of the people that's in the BS group. Blue, you've seen people that say they like that movie.
Yeah,
I was waiting for one or two people to say, yeah, I like that movie. I'm thinking, I want to hear, what did you like? But I guess none of them were here. So we got that. So DeBeach, welcome to the show. This is your second time?
Yeah. I'm on half. I've been on 2 halves before.
Yeah.
Living in Albany neighborhood.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. You weren't you in the truck? Were you the one in the truck?
No.
Okay. The beach is up for one right now. So yeah.
Okay.
hours, and I was on for The Commitment.
Okay. All right. So so give us your thoughts on both of these movies. Your thoughts.
Okay, just real quick. Wonder Woman, the parts that really just ruined it for me. One, like I typed into text. All of a sudden, he flew a plane during World War One, a biplane, and he jumps into a jet and automatically knows how to fly it with no problems. There's going buttons and knobs and gee, here we go, let's go. We're going to we're going to Egypt on one tank of fuel. Okay,
Yeah.
you can't do that on modern jets. Number two, the thing that bothered me when Steve Trevor came back in this guy's body. Okay, what the hell happened to the other guy? Did he go off to fairyland? Was he in a coma or something? You know, it just totally freaking made no fucking sense. It made no sense.
Yeah.
So she saw him as Steve Trevor, but everyone else saw him as the other guy. Then
Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Yes, I was wondering once she saw him as Steve. Did everybody see him as Steve?
No,
or did they
no.
the other guy.
they saw,
No.
they saw him as the other dick.
Because
Yeah.
even himself, Steve, when he looked in the
Yeah,
mirror, saw the
yeah,
other
like,
guy.
I remember seeing the
Right.
mirror. Yeah.
So then the thing that gets me at the end when everything comes back to normal and she meets the guy standing on the street in the outfit that Steve had tried on, the Chris Pine character, and they're sitting there having a conversation. Okay, figured the guy must have been freaking gay. So he's having this conversation with this hot girl and everything, talking about how nice his outfit is, and da-da-da. And they just say, okay, well, see you later, bye. And they go their separate ways. Any one of the guys up here on this panel,
Can I have your number? Can I have your number?
try to get her number? Two, asked her out for a date. You wouldn't just turn around, walk away. So the guy had to be gay.
Well, basically, he had been roofied the entire time that wherever he was, you know?
Yeah, right.
I mean, so that was just a whole freaking thing with me. And like I said, it took me to the second time watching it to figure out what happened to Kristen Wiig because I missed it the first time because I was like, what the hell is wrong with her? Did she get like uncontrollable farts or did she get dandruff or something? Well, then when I watched it the second time, I realized, oh, she started losing her humanity, passion for other people.
Yeah.
2 times of watching that freaking turd movie to figure that out. So,
Okay, and here's a question though: what happened at the end with her? Did she renounce because she looked human again?
Who, Kristen?
She
Yeah,
never
Did she
said it.
die? I
No.
thought she died.
No.
No, she's not dead.
at the very end, she was sitting up on the edge, looking out over everything, and she was back to normal.
She looked normal. But
Yeah.
I don't think she renounced because that was a moment where everybody else is saying, I take back my wish, I take my back, and she doesn't say anything.
Yeah, she said she
didn't
never
do.
did it, but the only thing when they showed her back looking normal, I guess she had a change of mind. And
Either that or can she just turn back normal when she wants to look
Did
normal?
she change her wardrobe after that? Because obviously she knew she could look hot. She's
Yeah.
like, I can look hot if I dress right. So I'm wondering, after the movie was over, did she say, you know what, I can dress in good dresses now? I'm wondering. That just,
so,
she should have died.
yeah. So that's my thoughts on Wonder Woman.
Yep.
It was,
All right.
and I can imagine how bad the next one is going to be. I mean, that's what surprised me is
Just crossed, they won't learn their lesson.
third version, and I'm like, holy shit, it's going to stink worse than this one.
So what did you think of full measure? What did you think? Because I think I saw what you had posted over there. So
I was being a smart ass. I said, watch Wonder Woman and Last Full Measure was like a freaking Andrew pick double feature. No offense, Andrew, I haven't picked anything, so you know what I'll do. If I ever make it on enough, I'll make sure I pick something freaking.
Oh, I'm waiting.
And you can bash.
Trust me, I'm waiting for the day. I'm just gonna sit quietly and wait.
You have to watch it. You know, it was. I'm sorry, I have a short attention. I mean, I great that it's a true story and all that. it was just so freaking slow.
Mhm.
I just couldn't get into it, and just film and the camera work. Like I said, it looked like it was like a Lifetime movie special or something. The way it was filmed, but that's me.
Mhm.
And I mean, that's the good thing about this show is like last week that movie Inside Man that Ben had. I'd never seen it, and we had the long layover, over the holidays. I ended up watching that thing 3 times. So
Wow.
it's that's the nice thing about the show. Everybody picking out movies you've never seen before, and you find gems that you never would have watched.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's why I come around every week.
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
like,
and that's the good thing about this show, and that you're exactly right. I love it when somebody picks a movie that I mentioned it last week when we watched that one about the backup singers, and Blue and I, when we were watching the Chronicles of Santa Claus Part 2, Blue and I are watching it, and I'm like, hey, that's Patty Love or Diane Love or
Darlene.
Darlene Love.
It
And we're
was.
like, we know her, and we wouldn't have known her. I would have never knew who she was if we hadn't watched that other movie about the backup singers. And I do listen to music, and I listen for backup singers. It's this show does make you watch things that are outside your wheelhouse. And we've said that with
And what
Blue.
about that
Blue is
Matthew
not a drama.
McConaughey one?
Has
What
there been a
about
bad one of
McConaughey
those
that
yet?
you never seen?
Which one is that?
Yeah, you,
Hold on a
you
second.
didn't know about the Frailty, the one I picked.
Frailty,
Frailty.
yes. Again,
Bill
and
Paxton.
it's yeah, and it was a great movie too. I
Well,
mean, there's
it's like that my sassy girl, that Korean movie.
They
Oh,
never,
yeah.
Yeah. That was
Never watched
fantastic.
And
I found that they made like 2 other movies. So there's like the new Sassy Girl and My Sassy Girl too.
If
Oh,
anybody
okay.
ever,
Yeah.
nobody ever picked those movies, please.
if we have Tan on again, if Tan comes on again, you don't know what he might be.
Yeah.
He's got to come on a few more times.
that my sassy girl.
What about that?
This day I'm trying to figure out why the hell is there a giant window going into the bathroom? If you remember, they get that hotel.
Yeah, yes, and you can
Girls
see him in
laying
the
in
bathroom.
bed, but there's a giant window. So I mean, is that like a fetish hotel that where you get off?
Maybe in Korea they do that
Korea, maybe
Possibly.
they
because I want privacy. I mean, I don't know. That's me, but I'm American.
Yeah, hey, shut the door, turn the fan on.
Yeah. Oh, turn the fan on. Here's your poopery. There you go. All right. So, Blue, who do we have for next week, and what movies we got to pick?
Roger
Or
and
what-
I. Roger can go first.
Well, I thought I was going to go against Andrew, so I had a movie picked out, but I'm going to go a different way since it's you, Blue. Now I haven't watched this movie in a while, so I hope it holds up. Hancock. Another
yeah.
a superhero
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
that I haven't watched it in a few years, and
Yeah.
since we just watched a kind
Well
of crappy superhero movie, let's try again.
Yeah, reset and play it again. Let's see. So Hancock, and I will just
Will Smith and
this
Charlize
whole-
Theron.
so you guys can just so you guys have an idea, so that you can put a picture to this. This
And
is
Jason
Hancock.
Bateman.
Yep. Will Smith, superhero that's a drunk and a bum, and he's struggling with being a superhero. So yeah, what year was that? 2008.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a while back ago, but so yeah, Hancock. Okay. Oh man, Jason Bateman, and
Yeah.
I didn't like him until I saw him in Ozark. I actually,
Okay, yeah.
I've
I
always
hated
liked
him.
Jason Bateman.
no, I never really liked him,
funny.
and I watched him in Ozark, and I thought it was great.
I've liked him since Alice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what's that? No, was that the late 70s or early 80s?
late
Late
70s.
70s.
Late 70s.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Hancock is the movie, for that Roger picks. Miss Blue, what are we going with?
Okay, well, let me ask you guys here. Has anybody here seen Tenet?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we
Yes.
Everybody?
we all hated it.
Okay, good. I'm not going to bother with that then, because
Oh, God.
I hated it too. Oh, we watched it
I was
together.
going to pick it for its if it was liked and disliked kind of thing, but if everybody hates it, good. So did I.
Yeah.
I thought it was
We
stupid.
hated it together.
Okay, so then I'm going to go with an old favorite of mine, and that is Searching for Bobby Fischer.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
That's an old one.
yeah, she made me watch this movie. Oh my
I've
gosh.
seen it.
Blue, you always say you hate dramas, and then you pull out.
Yes,
Bobby
yes.
You know
Fischer.
what? I don't like straight up depressing dramas. Searching for Bobby Fischer is inspirational and it's adorable and
It's a great
heartwarming.
movie.
It's a feel good movie.
It's great.
Did you?
Anybody
That's why I like
anybody seen the Queen's Gambit?
Not yet. I haven't. I've been
Oh
meaning
man,
to.
you like chess? You gotta watch that.
What's that other one that just that came out about Bobby Fischer?
No idea.
Oh, I'll think of the name of it.
Like this is in my Searching for Bobby Fischer. I probably watched it 30 times in my lifetime. It's a feel good movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like
Yeah.
feel good.
She made me watch this. I did watch it.
Love that kid, Josh Waitzkin.
So, so the next week's movies.
Oh, and sorry, quick
Yep.
little thing.
Yep.
It's a true story.
True story.
Yep.
So Roger picked Hancock, which
Yeah, I'm
is
actually looking forward to that.
which is a good movie. And definitely a different twist on a superhero movie. And then Searching for Bobby Fischer. Bobby Fischer.
Do you know who Bobby Fischer is, Todd?
Yeah, he was a chess kid.
He was a grandmaster.
Yeah, he was a
And
He
was
passed
a-
away a couple of years ago.
he was a grand wizard of
I think so,
chess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, what? Nominated for one Oscar? You picking Oscar-winning movies? What the heck?
She is married to you now,
Cinematography.
so it's rubbing off.
Yeah, she gets it honest.
I married it. I married into the Academy Awards.
You're married into the easy picks.
No, this one is the reason I chose this one is this is one of my all-time favorite movies. So
I've never seen
all
it.
right, so Peter says he plays chess and has never heard of this.
It's a good
Good movie
it's
because
a great
actually
movie.
Blue made me watch it. Blue made me watch it. Oh shit! A couple years ago.
Yeah,
She said,
probably.
"Oh, you gotta watch this. This is a great movie." I was like, "I never
one
heard."
fave.
It is a good movie. So, wow. So yeah, we've got a couple classics. I'll even say Hancock's a classic.
2008. Yeah, now we're in 2021.
Definitely. But the thing
What
is,
year was
that
Bobby Fischer?
93. I think I saw.
Okay.
93.
Pretty sure it's it. But the thing about with Hancock is a different twist on somebody with superhero strengths.
There is.
You know, it's a complete. To me, what's that Netflix?
The Boys.
Old guard.
The Boys. The Boys.
Mhm.
It kind of reminds me of the
What?
Boys. Well, you know how the Boys.
Yeah, that's Amazon Prime. I think.
Yeah, Amazon. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, where it's kind of like your superheroes aren't always just super; they're kind of dicks sometimes.
Dicks. They're all a bunch of dicks. Yeah. That show is so good.
Hey, Mr. Cosmics, welcome. Hopefully, you watch the show next week. Hancock and Searching for Bobby Fischer are our movies. So I'm going to go
do the pop playlist there on my track. So for
So
anybody
if
who has
you're-
that.
So anybody that is added, and I will try to put that URL for her pop list on Tracked. If you add that to your track list or like
you'll always
you'll be
have
able-
it to watch.
yeah, you'll be able to keep up with it.
Yeah, but track has been messed up a little bit this week, hasn't it?
Oh, has it?
Well, week before last it was messed up, and it was working all right. Okay,
Yeah.
well, it was working last time I tried it. I will say that Tracked has something. We'll talk about that Friday. Tracked is going to drop TVDB though.
Wow.
Ooh.
They're dropping TVDB. I don't know if you guys follow it because they're going to TVDB is going to a paid service.
Wow.
So Tracked is like, we're done with you. So they're going to TVDB.
Because you know what, the movie database has TV anyway. So
It does.
Yeah.
It does. So yeah, they've they're moving to a more subscription based thing, and Tract is not
For-
having it.
How silly is that? You're just a information spot for TV shows. You're not
Yep.
you're not
Yeah.
supplying us with any videos or anything.
Yeah, if you
That's
follow
stupid.
if you follow on Twitter, if you follow Tract, they'll post in there some of the stuff they're going to do, and where they're suggesting people to add information to TMDB. That if there's missing information, they're asking for end users to fill in those blanks.
Yeah,
and
right.
so we'll see how that works out. I mean, it'll work. I mean, like you said, TMDB has a lot of stuff already. There is sometimes episode information that's missing or posters. Sometimes you'll find our fan art are missing.
Yep.
That's not hard to add. You
It's
can
actually
submit
fun,
that.
it's fun to feel like you're contributing. Like when
Yeah.
I used to write subtitles for Open Subtitles.
Mhm.
A couple of them on there are mine.
So
Hey, Blue, I found the name of the movie, Porn Sacrifice.
Porn sacrifice.
Porn, P-A-W-N.
Oh, pawn.
on.
Feel like
Oh,
I'm on in there.
I was like, wait, you had my hey,
Excited
you
for
had
a
my
second
interest
there.
at home.
I was like, yeah, Aubin's got his dirty shirt, and now he's watching his dirty movies.
Yeah, you changed it to an AW, and I thought it was an OR. Never mind. So we'll start with DeBeach, and we'll go through everybody. We're going to roll out of here in just a second. So DeBeach, anything you want to finish up with it before we roll out?
No, I'm good.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on. Blue.
Thanks for coming out, guys. Hope you like the movie I picked. I like it.
Don't matter if you like it or not. You got to watch it.
And it couldn't change my mind about it, I'll tell you that.
Do your homework.
Roger, what do you got anything to say before we roll out?
I want to say congratulations to Blue because I hadn't done that yet.
Oh, thank you.
So, yeah.
You didn't show the ring. We need to see the ring.
Well, it's with my engagement ring, so you can't it's kind of small. We went. I just got it on Amazon because my engagement ring's a really weird shape, so I want to get a custom made wedding band. So we were in a kind of a rush.
Wait,
Oh.
hold on.
Oh, wait. Oh. So it's just technically it's this,
That's her wedding band.
and then I got my engagement ring is
Whoa, okay. Does
like
it
that.
cut glass?
Yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
it's an eco diamond. I wanted an eco diamond. So instead of a regular diamond, it's one that's made in a lab.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very, very happy with it. But yes, thank you very much, Roger.
Oh, you're welcome, Blue. Glad you're back. Glad you're out of quarantine and feeling better.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't sick at all. I just had to stay home because
Well, you had a headache
in
last
Canada,
week.
you have to.
You skipped out last week's show.
Oh, my
And
headache.
Streaming Matters, she skipped out of that too, but we won't
I
talk
think I've skipped out at a couple of streaming matters now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't seen you on a talk show, an internet talk show since like
Yeah.
November. Yeah,
Yeah.
November. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Not that nobody's counting.
good to see you, Blue.
Aaron, you made
Me
it back
too.
alive. So
Yes, Octavia, that's exactly why I wanted an eco diamond.
Glad to be back at this. See you guys next week. Enjoy my movie, I hope.
Oh yeah.
We'll
Oh,
see.
yeah.
We'll see. Eddie, what you got?
Thanks for a good show, and at least now I found something that's even lower than Bullet. So
I'm still
no,
like-
it had me going this week. I said, "Gee whiz, I thought that movie was so good," but I thought I'd get a higher rating than that. But since we just saw Wonder Woman, I'm in heaven.
Yeah. Hey, you actually gave Bullet a thumbs up, and I'll have to look. I think maybe more people gave Bullet a thumbs up.
42%.
Bullet. So Bullet had 3 thumbs up, 1 from the audience and 2 from the panel.
Right?
All right. Wonder Woman has none.
None. Oh yes.
None.
I gave it a play if you're. I had some asterisks on it, but
Yeah, asterisks. Okay. All right. So, Andrew, anything you guys say before we go?
You remember the days when in the early shows when everyone was saying I was getting a reputation for picking bad movies, Just glad. I'm just glad there's more people now that's starting to do the same. So hopefully, I believe it's my pick next week. So hopefully, I carry on my good form of late.
Yeah.
But in Todd's defense, as his wife, he knew this movie
You
was
knew it
garbage.
was bad. Yeah. You knew it was bad.
I was hoping
Okay.
that somebody. I actually wanted someone to say it was good, but everyone
Look in the
chickened out.
Telegram chat. 46% of people said it was good.
What? The one that's
Wonder Woman
the player passed?
and Player Pass. Yep.
Whoa!
At 13
Auburn,
votes, 46. Oh wait,
Auburn.
54% play.
Auburn, can you
Yeah.
find who? Can you see who voted? Because I want to call their
Right.
asses.
I said that it's good that it's anonymous.
This is a
Kick them out of the group.
this is a
No.
rigged election.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
Rigged vote.
I
recount.
can't believe it. I can't
I wanna
believe it.
recount.
54% play and 40% pass. I can't believe that.
Everybody's
No.
got different tastes, though. That's
No.
They're scared to say it in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
Auburn, anything you want to say before we roll out?
Thanks for making my week and seeing you guys make my week like usual. Thank you, Blue, for Plex. I will always for Plex. I'll always say it to you because I will admit I will listen to anything you say. Okay, because
I don't even say that.
I know, but I kept saying no, Blue. It can't be the way to go. It can't be the way. But Blue, you were right, and I'll scream it from the rooftops for everyone.
You're
So they
welcome.
know because I'm so damn happy with it.
You know, the only time I use Cody anymore is if I somehow get a movie that has very low sound on it, and I need to go in and boost the sound.
Yep.
You can do that in Cody, and as far as I can tell, you cannot do that in Plex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. But I'm so happy with it.
Good.
I unfortunately I've still just been downloading, forever. And I don't know. My
How many
beard is
extra
gonna grow this
how
long.
many extra hard drives have you had to buy?
I gotta buy more.
I bought 8 terabytes.
No, but
I need more hard drives.
Do you know what it's like when you look at one drive and you say, okay, I started at the beginning of the week and it had 12 terabytes, and then now I have 10 free and it's only Friday, Wednesday. Something is wrong here.
He's over there scouring. Hey, I'll add yourself to slickdeals.net. Start scouring for
More drives,
for drives going on sale. And just
I know,
get you
but
some
I don't think that's the way.
No, it's not the way, but it's a way to fix. It's a way to fix that addiction that you got.
No, you don't understand. I'm already looking at new Dell servers. Okay, that's fixing the addiction.
I have 2 drives, and what I do is I download on my remote drive, and then
Cloud.
Yeah, and then once, if it's a movie I grabbed and then I don't like it or whatever, or if I grabbed it for a friend and they've watched it, I take it off. I only grab the stuff I love. I don't grab the stuff I sort of like or don't like. I only grab the stuff I love because down the road when I want to watch something, I don't want to flick through a bunch of shit I don't want to see. I want to go through the movies that I love. And I'm a repeat viewer. Like if I love a movie, I'll watch it a million.
You watch it again. Yeah, I understand.
Or
that.
TV shows.
Yeah.
TV shows. Yeah, I rewatched Clone Wars for like the 10th time. 7 seasons. So.
No, I keep everything. Unfortunately.
Did anybody watch the Star Trek that just finished Discovery? Did anybody watch that?
I didn't watch the last one, but it's been a great season.
Yeah, I don't think I watched it all, but I watched most of the season with Todd, and it's great again.
Yeah,
it's a great show.
I'm not pissed off on it anymore because they went to the future, so they can't screw up the canon anymore, so they can do whatever the hell they want, and it's a great show again.
So you can't mess it up. So thank you, Alban. I'll go ahead and we'll go to some after show. Thanks for everyone joining the show. Thanks for everyone's input. This show is supposed to be, it's non-techie. This is You like a movie or you don't like a movie. This is not rocket science. It's pretty basic. We only talk about 2 movies. So we've made it as simple as it can be. You like it, you don't like it, and just tell us what you like about it. We don't need to hear everything about the movie. Just did you like it or not? What didn't you like? That's what this show's about. And that's what this fun is. We've brought in lots of new people. We are always welcoming new people to join the show. Jump on the show. Tell us what you like or didn't like. You don't have to turn your camera on. And again, thank you to all the people that have joined the panel. And I want to give special thanks to people like Alban and Eddie and Roger and DeBeach. And I want Sharon and Penn and some of the others that, but they have their own shows. But I love people that come on that they're not YouTube people. They're not anybody that's done this. And now they've gotten the courage to do that. That's what's fun. This is fun. It's fun times. Yeah, Eddie.
Blue, next week, whose pick is next week?
Hold on. Oh, I got to open my thing again. I think it's
Okay.
Andrew.
Andrew's already like, oh, I'm on it.
Yeah, Andrew's,
I'm on it.
Andrew's us, but for you guys, hold on. See, Cam's been at 4 forever, but we haven't seen her in a while, eh?
Yeah.
Nobody. So it's Andrew and Aubin.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So
I'm at
Child 44.
see, hold on a second.
Yeah,
The
top
beach-
44.
The beach is at 2, Sharon is at 2, Penn's at 1, Eddie's at 1, and Roger's at 0 now.
because Eddie picked. Did he pick last week?
was going to get his hand
Yeah,
on double
I
feature.
put Bullet last week.
Were you last week, bud? Yeah, you
Yeah.
were last week. So that's why you kind of rolled over.
Okay.
So that's all right. So that's cool.
So you're
That's
one,
cool.
you're 1 for this week.
Okay.
Okay.
So all right. So awesome. We got great things. Thanks for everyone joining. I will ask you guys to join me on Friday. I have Tyler the Antenna Man. So if you're in the U.S. or you are in Canada, Tyler can be one of those guys that he has his own YouTube channel. I think 120,000 subscribers, to give you advice on antennas, how to get over the air signals. And that's one thing in the U.S. that people don't understand, that all your local channels are broadcasted. For the majority of the people in the U.S. and Canada can watch free TV. Your local channel's free. Most people think I got to keep cable. Tyler's going to come on the show. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about other streaming stuff. So show up on Friday. If you have any antenna questions, please post them. Again, I don't want to look like a fool because he's the second time he's been on the show, and we had plenty of questions. But he's got 120,000 subscribers. I'm like a baby with 10,000 subscribers. But I want to promote him, and I want to share the knowledge that this guy has with you. And that's why I keep asking him to come on the show, because antenna, I have one, and I can't suggest it enough, because once you buy that antenna and you get the free channels, you're done paying for it. So thanks to all the people, even if you don't come on the show, and I want to say Octavia and Redneck and Patty T, Daldum has been coming on quite a bit. So maybe we'll get him to come on the show. Who knows? So thanks for everyone watching Hancock and searching for Bobby Fischer. And we'll see you next week. And